Them hustle sote, they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shut down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't the political, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary political. Oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind. Oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want. Mayegun la wa mo, la mo do 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 do. Mayegun diary, number one.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo do 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 do.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Mayegun ti de o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Bó bá ṣe rere.
Thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Remember to share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them Mayegun today.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Mayegun diary, number one.
Àní Mayegun.
This man is conducting an election and you decided to go and be part of it. What is your name?
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
As long as the criminals have never been punished, the audacious or the audacity of the Nigeria ruiners keeps growing and more audacious. Oh, they never start to.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Kogi Bayelsa, Imo, same story. In the same year, they've learned nothing. Rather, they have become more notorious. Tragicomedy, but funny.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Ọlọ́pàá dey carry ballot box.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
To now add salt to injury. Kolu had decided to lie again, even in the Holy Land, yo, in Mecca, abi, na Riyadh. I'll tell you.
Mayegun ti dé.
good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Okay, this is Mayegun and this is live. If you joined us live anyway, because some people are going to watch this as replay, but it doesn't really matter. You are welcome to the Temple of Truth. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, and you have shared it, maybe you have also dropped your own offering, which is like the broadcast before you kind of get carried away. It's going to be an interesting night. I can promise you that. So, you are welcome once again. As a reminder, or should I call it a caveat, kind of. You see, this broadcast you're about to watch is going to give to you the detailed report of what happened in 3 states in Nigeria today, where INEC conducted another charade and proved Mayegun right again. So this is not going to be a kind of I told you so program, okay? It is just going to further cement the facts that have always been staring you on the face, that so many of you somehow continue to get carried away with your beautiful ideas of how to rescue Nigeria or whatever name you give to it. You cannot save Nigeria the way you are following the rules set. I mean, the rules set by the criminals holding Nigeria. You can't. And that is what this broadcast is going to prove to you again tonight. They did a general election. I made my prediction. Everything came to pass. And they told them to go to court. Right? And then it was actually like uploading result or not uploading result. Glitch or no glitch. IREF or no IREF. And the rest of all the rigging story. But you all witnessed that, Abi. Now, they have what they call the off-season elections. These are elections that, were the creation of Nigeria judiciary, which then make the 3 states in Nigeria to miss the election cycle of every 4 years, like the transition from whatever. But for those who probably didn't still get convinced, right, that Nigeria has been captured and election cannot save Nigeria, they call majority of us, pessimists, people who have already made up their minds. That's us, that believe that, listen, you might want some scientific research or whatever it is before you will believe, or you might need to actually experience it before you believe it. We have concluded that elections cannot save Nigeria. And it is not because the people, let's even take out temporarily the infractions like, vote buying and all of those things, right? It is not that the people does not have the number to get rid of all the rogues ruining their lives and the lives of their children. Not because they don't have the number, but if you understand Nigeria very well, and you understand what is called systemic rigging, you can never win. If they want you to win, what they have to do is what? Is to slow down the establishment. But wherever they have interest, when it comes to the general control, they will unleash the establishment. It is there. It is called systemic rigging. No be how many of you go register to get voters card will get the voters card. That is one. And those of you who get the voters card, not all of you who get the voters card will be able to use the voters card to vote. That is 2. Then all of you who manage to have your voters card to vote, and it is not for them, not all of your votes will count. They will count them the way they wanted to count them. That's number 3. How do you win against such a system? Now, if you now found and record all the infractions and you take them to their court, their court will tell you you did not present enough evidence to convince them, or you did not present your evidence at the right time. It is called systemic rigging. Textbook definition of state capture. Where do you run to? Who do you report to? When the entire establishment and institutions have been captured, let us just hope. You don't hope when you know the facts. Stop hoping on something else. Work on the facts. When you work on the facts, you will believe people like me who said elections cannot save Nigeria under that kind of arrangement. But if we don't vote, they will choose them. Let them choose themselves. Now, it is when you did not participate, for example, APC, Egbekegbe, and the INEC, in a rigged system like that. They said elections for Kogi, Imo, and blah, blah, blah. And all of the political parties boycott the election, say, we are not participating if this criminal is going to be the one in charge. No, we are not. And then they go ahead and they say they are doing the election, which means you're not participating. No? So they are conducting election for themselves. You know what that is going to be like? It will be one of the things that so many of you have not discovered. All of you, one Nigerianist. That's one thing you have not discovered, though. If you boycott genuinely, and you know why they will not genuinely boycott election in Nigeria? And now all of them, they work hand in hand. Now your brain, your lives, your blood, is what they are using as the gambling coins. You don't understand. If they all of them say, we are not doing, let ABC go and do it. It will, first, they will lack legitimacy. Second, it will actually bring all of you together for the first time and make a demand that if you want to shut the country down, you will have the right to do it then. But you don't participate in a charade. Allow them to rig you, kill your people, and then say you want to go to court and start screaming. And look at them, see what they are doing again, they have started rigging, police is this, the same thing you know they will do. Why are you participating? But if you don't pass, they will still choose themselves, Abi. And then you wait for 4 years, Abi, because you've legitimized it. You cannot participate in a bet. And after they rig you, you begin to complain that, and they have changed me. We don't want you. You have not, you want to fight. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You need to deny them full legitimacy first. And then you do what the real opposition does. You begin to mobilize, not just political parties. You begin to mobilize the country against these rogues. You will have the legitimacy. They will be battling with it. Now, if they now want you to participate in any charade, it will be according to your rules, set agreed rules, not their own, that they will tell you to go to court. I don't need to make any sense to you. Listen, I have been dealing with Nigerians for so long, emotionally blackmailing Nigerians. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm intelligent or what do you call it? I'm the smartest here. No. Even if I am the most foolish person, and those of you who have been deploying different means, following these rogues and their rules, screaming, cheating, rigging, bullying, and all of that, if all of your ideas, let's say all of you are smart people, okay? I mean, for the first time, can you at least listen to a foolish man that you probably think is, if you think I'm foolish, try one thing that has never been tried before. join the movement of those who want to try something that has never been tried before. What are those things? You can join the movement that demands for the breakup of Nigeria, a peaceful one, no, at least, until it turns to something else. Abi, join something you have never followed the crowd for before, because look at all the smart people, look at all the strategists, look at the rogues who have come and gone in the name of fixing Nigeria, and they ended up ruining and dividing, impoverishing and terrorizing Nigerians. Those are the smart people, your leaders, those blah blah. Abi, try something new. Think about that. Elections can save Nigeria, not the one conducted by criminals. They rigged elections and their court validated it, and you still participating? Well, let's go into, I actually think, I'm thinking, which one is the longest and which one is the shortest? Sorry, I don't know what that is. I think it's a bit of a woo. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm thinking of where should we start from, because while I was kind of following all of the drama, the killings, the attacks, and all of that in their charade called elections, right? Then they just dropped another banger or another lamba. And what was that? You know, Kolu is in Riyadh right now, in Saudi Arabia, where they are doing Arabia Africa Summit. Some African countries too, they were there. And from what the summit was all about is to see the potential business opportunities in those African countries. And Kolu is also participating in some of the roundtable. 1 second. The other day I was sort of jokingly saying, if we have a chance of seeing the cost of taking Kolu and this entourage to Saudi Arabia, we may be more alarmed than what they did when they went for the United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York. Okay, I wasn't so much interested because, you know, until they dropped the lamba, and guess what the lamba is? Kolu and his team of thieves who went with him and the vuvuzelas is managed to hire. They said Saudi Arabia is planning to invest billions of dollars in Central Bank of Nigeria. And I'm like, what is Central Bank selling, please? Excuse me. What is Central Bank selling that Saudi Arabia is coming to? So what they are trying to say is that Saudi Arabia might have agreed to give them and loan them. They don't want to call it loan. Oh. Not because, I'm not saying Saudi Arabia agreed to anything like that. Oh. Sure, you understand? I'm coming to that. Their own report says Saudi Arabia is going to invest billions of dollars in Central Bank of Nigeria in order to save Nigeria's naira. Do you understand? So I was questioning, like, can the Central Bank in what is Central Bank of Nigeria selling? But I just used my 5 and 6 and I was like, loan. You know, see everywhere, Bokuwari went at the time, Nabambi Alai they do. When people are talking business or how to, they have nothing to present, even though they love to take pictures and send pictures to Nigeria. Everything came back to zero investment in Nigeria, zero. And Nigeria went negative. The same playbook is what Kolu is using right now. So he went to Saudi Arabia, they do Bambiala. I'm not saying it is true that Saudi agreed to give them anything because he didn't say how much you. They just said he's going to invest in central bank to make Naira strong. Hmm? Then they now quickly added another one. Saudi Arabia is coming to come and help them make Kaduna Refinery to start working, as well as Port Harcourt Refinery. So Saudi Arabia will bring money to come and renovate Port Harcourt Refinery to make it start working by 2024. They have sold the Zobo, which is not true. Kaduna Refinery, they quickly added that. And do you know why I know it's Zobo? Is that if you want to collect money from Saudi Arabia will not give you money. They will probably borrow you the money. And I think they will do that. Okay? And Saudi Arabia also knows that once they give you the dollars, the moment the dollar landed them in your central bank, una go share the dollars. Because that is what they are doing. You see this your Naira to dollar that continue to die palongo up and down, up and down. It is not because of any other thing than it's not because you are eating rice, okay, or you are currently eating Uncle Ben's. I be waiting be all those imported food that they have in Nigeria. No, it's because of these criminals. So they are friends, and all of them they all have allocation of those dollars in millions and millions. So you understand? So the world knows, and that's why when they tell you, for example, when the dollar goes gas, is a two-way thing. Let me explain that, okay? You see, when, for example, let's say Nigerian Naira is at 1,000 Naira to $1. Now, to keep it at that, they, among themselves, what would they do? Whatever dollars that is available, they will give dollar subsidy to themselves. They have a way of accessing that, right? So which means it will remain at 1,000. So they will pay for it, or you will pay for it, borrowed money. Then, once there is no dollar in the bank or in the central bank anymore, what does that mean? So it means their friends will say they want to go and source for the dollars in the black market. So Nigerian Naira will have to be what? 1,200, 1,300 to $1. Who bears the cost? You. That time, they are not borrowing just to weaken your Naira, okay? This time around, when you now go to market, they will tell you, have you not heard that the dollar has cost now? You better buy it now because by 12 noon, it might have increased again. So you pay for that. But the moment they have another tranches of dollars, their friends won't need to go to Bureau de Change. The money is in the central bank. So they call themselves. They give themselves subsidy and said, okay, you can come and take $1 for 600 Naira. So once they, whether it is 1 billion or 2 billion or 3 billion or, once they share the money, then you will realize that how come the same dollar, Naira, when Naira was 1,200, we were buying things at this price. Now that Naira has now dropped, how come the prices of things are just not like dropping like that? Because it is voodoo economy. The world knows. Nigeria don't enter around. So Kolu is lying to you, and whatever Saudi is going to give to them, they should at least come clean. Even though some people who saw the picture, the picture of those who participated in the, or who are currently participating in that Saudi African summit, they were like, why is he always looking like somebody where we say they no invite? The last time he was in India, he was standing just gogoro like like a security, like a megad. So in Saudi Arabia, where, you know what I mean? Let me show you a video. It was given a very good, he was sitting in a very kind of comfy hall. And he was telling them Nigeria is ready for business. But when space day back, space day, who be that guy who did that back? No be Ramaphosa be that. South Africa, I don't know. That guy that is behind that woman, there is a space there, there is stairs there. Why is he standing there like somebody will say they no invite?
The NLC is scale. From this moment on, we are open for business. You will have no better friend and partner than again. Instead of diversity, the strength, Nigeria is happy.
Here you see, even though he's probably just talking jargons like as usual, here you get. But I mean, Baba, go take picture. Stand like normal people. Why are you standing like, eh? God damn it, man. I mean, it's not even funny. I'm just telling you how people feel. You know, people were just like that's why on social media, people had to cycle out like who be this guy? That is a call. Here you get. I mean, I think they even gave him I don't know what's this. Does anybody understand this? I don't know. In case is that a royal gown? And you know, like that. But I mean, why would they come about and to have something to tell you or waiting? All of the Microsoft, Google, Twitter, Facebook, all of their CEO, that it was General Motor, General Electric, all of these companies, it was meant to meet to have met their CEO in New York in September, that are bringing billions, trillions of dollars to Nigeria. Now since September, they haven't arrived till now. The ones he went for in India, where he was standing like, you know what I mean? He also went to UAE in Dubai. Baba, see, Matt, ask you something. Mo leave. I know say you don't like me. Fine. You know what I mean? If you are Tinubu supporter, sure you get. I know say you don't like me and I don't like you too. So don't let us pretend. But let's put that aside right now. Baba, what can you say has been the benefit of Tinubu's few places that they have told you a lot of things? They told you what they were bringing. And since May, I'll continue to cry, Abby. Okay, don't worry then. I'll continue to cry. I hope you continue to have money to buy Gary, because, you know, it's useless if I continue to cry like this for 8 years. And at the end of the day, Baba, to afford Gary, to drink with my tears, you know, saying a waste of tears. Okay, it's all right. I'll keep it to myself. And that's exactly why you should question the visa ban that they said they were lifting. People are still trapped in that incognito right now. Abi? Those that promised them, $3 billion that they said they wanted to use to rescue your Naira, they have already expended about 1.5 billion from the money. Like Naira, you know what they call the incurable disease. Naira with these criminals. And just put that aside. We may come back to it. Talking about why elections cannot save Nigeria, I want you to listen to the experience of the Nigeria Labour Congress president, who was the first victim of their off-season charade. They said he was in the wrong place in the wrong time. Hopeless Uzodigba or Hopeless Uzodijo has apologized finally. But that didn't stop him from unleashing further terror on the rest of Imo people as we speak. But we are coming to that. Ajero is like somebody, it's like the can I call him the Daniel? We enter lion's den. Because, like I said, Daniel, no get scratch. Oh. Abi, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just trying to kind of, try to make comparison here. Okay, anyway. We usually use that phrase. They will say, you went into the wilderness, you went into the lion's den and you came out alive. You are a hero, you are a fighter. Here is Ajero, the NLC president experience in Imo State, where they finally had their charade today. And I'm going to take you through all of that. Refresh.
The NLC sent a delegation to Imo, headed by Comrade Nasu, the current Kebbi State governor, to reach some understanding with the governor there. And on the basis of that, he vacated the secretariat of the NLC, but before then, nothing is there now. He destroyed all seats, all computers, every document there, including photographs, files, documents, belonging to NLC were destroyed by trucks sent by Hope Uzodema. The secretariat was constructed and donated to the NLC by Roger Sokocha, his predecessor, but he destroyed it. After vacating the office, we continued to engage him. He signed an agreement, with the NLC delegation led by Comrade Nasu, current Kebbi State Governor, Comrade Mubaja, Williams, Biobele, and I think TUC General Secretary late Lawa. And that agreement up to date has not been implemented. I wasn't the NLC president then. It wasn't politics. My predecessor was not playing politics by asking that the workers he described as those workers be paid. That was the situation. And when I emerged, we were here to even review these issues when the governor now attacked workers during the state delegates conference of NLC. The state delegates conference of NLC takes place in all the states of the federation in the country, including the FCT. It was only in Imo that the governor, after the Commissioner of Information called me to tell me that they don't want a candidate in that contest. And I explained to him that we don't put people out whose union has sponsored, that if they have a candidate, they should keep on supporting their candidate. But we can't tell people not to contest because the governor prefers the other candidate. Governor sent talks that day, they disrupted the election. I called them to continue the election. They continued and he sent policemen to disperse them, who appointed caretaker committee and responded. Some people who call themselves elders asked for 2 weeks to resolve the matter. I appealed to the neck of the NLC that people, these are from my state, they say the elders need 2 weeks, and that they say they have discussed with the governor. In 2 weeks they will address this matter. That 2 weeks went into, I think, almost 40 weeks now. The so-called elders have not said a word. We behave as if it's business as usual. On May 1st, when the workers gathered again for May Day, the governor sent talks again. They withdrew all police and civil defense people that were brought there and attacked the workers. Many of them were hospitalized. This time around, it was equally not politics. It was not equally not that the workers were campaigning for anybody. Still on the issue of ghost workers and those he has not paid for 3-4 years. Now after that, the NLC met severally and asked us to give him another 14 days since there was an agreement reached after that action. And in the agreement, the governor was specifically asking for the draft and was using his hand to cancel them. At the end of the day, I say, let it go, since that is what he wants. Between that May till now, the governor didn't say a word, no meeting, nothing. And when we sent him a letter issuing another 14-day ultimatum, he approached the court. And part of the affidavit he swore was that it was because he has been so busy. That is why he has not implemented the agreement. But at the end of the day, he didn't get any restraining order before we started going. There's nobody in this country, the security agencies, that didn't know we were going to Imo. We wrote them. We wrote the DSS, we wrote the police, we wrote everybody. And then when we got there, the event started unfolding. We addressed the workers and told some of them that came that Sunday with complaints that they have not paid them for years. And we said that will happen tomorrow. Ask all the people they were owing to come out, since the governor was saying he has paid everybody, so that we can assemble them for the governor to see the thousands of people, assuming he was not aware. It was in the event of doing that the following day that we got a report that workers that arrived as early as 7 a.m. were beaten up, their properties, their belongings, their phones seized, some of them with broken eyes. It was because of that around 9 that I went there with the assistance of about 20 security personnel. I was in the secretariat of the NLC and called some journalists to join, and then some of the officials of the NLC, so that we can address the press on the situation in Imo. It was then that the police led other people, those uniform, mufti, and they came and we drew about 20 security personnel that were there, we cried to, guiding us. And then the policeman arrested me and handed me over to talk. One of his small, I don't know whether that one is sergeant or inspector, said, "Okay, why don't you take him? Don't hand him over to these people." He shouted on the sergeant also and said, "Come on, shut up." And that was how they dragged me on the floor, took me to this bus Imo, and about 7 people. I can't explain the beating, but they tied my nose, tied my eyes, tied everywhere, and they were hitting me with all manner of documents. And they were asking me why I was challenging hope, that I should say my last prayer, and that they were taking me to call it Joaba River.
They were going to take him to a place and just execute him and possibly say it's an accident. The president of the Nigerian workers. And if you read the comments, you will see people that will say that he deserved it. They're supposed to kill him, this and that. My aunt no deal. Because, I don't know where you are coming from. But as a typical Nigerian, you probably know why you want him killed by the same criminals that you also want gone. Anyway, that's by side. So yesterday, the same hopeless Uzodinjo appealed and said he was sorry, that, okay, fine, it's true, we beat him. He was sorry for all of that. They will take care of him now. But that was yesterday.